Okay, let's finish off John Calvin here. Years ago when I was called before a committee deciding if I was called by God into ministry in the Reformed Presbyterian Church, one old pastor challenged me. He wasn't going to let me be ordained unless I talked about John Calvin in my statement of faith. I have no doubt my vocation would have turned into a very long vacation if I hadn't answered his questions correctly. Robert Greene Ingersoll called Calvinism the cancer of Christianity. These days I think we could say that Calvin and his stuff is really the swine flu of humanity. Protestants in the Reformed Church who claim to always be reforming need to wake up. Will they do that? I don't think so. Calvin will continue to be a hero to the Protestants. As one Christian college professor said to me, I shouldn't blame Calvin for what the Calvinists have done in the name of Calvinism. I don't really know what that means, but if you try to read this guy, you're not going to come away with a very good light. Calvin damns himself and all good reformers, because no matter how much grace and atonement you throw on the fire, it still consumes reason and the responsibility that's needed in the pluralistic world that we live in. He left no room for real reform. If he did, where is it? How is the so-called Reformed Church substantially different after 500 years, after half a millennium? I don't really see it. Let the scholars debate. Let the doctors of ministry propagate this stuff. Let the preachers come out of seminaries preaching this same old stuff. But the rest of us have moved on. I've been to Lake Geneva, and it's a beautiful lake surrounded by the beauty of nature. Thankfully, no Calvin and no hell to be seen. If there was a lake of fire, I would elect John Calvin to lead his righteous army of the faithful straight in. No rest for the wicked, J.C.